through the darkness. I battle hard, that's how I'm made. And I may not heal from all these bruises, but I'll be better off this way. So it rushes in like a wall of water. Things tend to change when you don't wanna. Don't be afraid when the pain falls on you. Let it wash away all of the pain on your shoulders. You gotta take it day by day. Keep moving forward no matter what they say. And when the thieves try to steal your faith, keep pushing through them, cause there ain't no other way. If you wanna get stronger, no, we don't break. Stronger, we don't break. No, we don't break. Stronger, stronger.
Nailed it! Right up here on time. How y'all doing?
Come on, guys.
That was it?
How are you guys doing?
You guys always listen to Austin so much more than you listen to me. If I had feelings, they'd be hurt.
If you had them.
If I had feelings, but I don't. Hey, let there be light. It is biblical, so that's good.
Oh, yeah. That's a good part in Genesis.
Absolutely. Hey, are y'all ready to start the day out with a quick game? No, we're not. We don't want to do that today. All right. Woo! Thank
Yeah!
you. All right. So here's what I need for this game. And the good thing is, I know that we already have the people in mind who's coming up because I need some siblings.
We need some siblings.
Now, by sibling, what that means is you are a brother or a sister of somebody else who is in the room. Needed to explain that for some sixth graders.
Yeah.
Do you have any sibling pairs in mind, Austin?
I have 3.
Oh, 3?
Elledge.
Come on down.
Schreiber.
Yes.
The Schreiber siblings.
Donde? 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 That means where. Means where. All right.
And the Richard siblings.
All right. that sound like you're on a game show made it feel real good.
You have a game show voice.
Well, thank you. I was on a game show. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
John was
All right.
on a game show at some point.
It's truth. We have half of a sibling group up here. He's gone. He ran away.
Oh.
It is what it is. Come on!
Come on
It's not a
down!
choice. You got voluntold. All right. Cool. We are good. We are good. Here's how the game's going to work. We're going to keep the oldest of the sibling in the room, and we're going to have the youngest of the sibling group go out into the lobby because we are going to ask some questions about y'all, and we're going to find out some answers to them. So, will the younglings get out?
Goodbye.
I could have said that nicer, but I don't want to. All right.
Where's the fun in that?
Bye. Bye. All right. You're going to have a board so that you get to write down these answers. And amazingly enough, you are also going to have a board where you can write down these answers.
That's so cool.
It's amazing, right? It's fair. It's right. It's balanced. All right.
And they have like the greatest color to write with.
Oh.
Isn't blue the greatest color?
Blue. The pen is blue. All right. So here's how it's going to work. We are going to ask you a question. You are going to write down the answer on the board. Then when we bring in the younger of the siblings, we are going to see if said answers match or don't match. Simple, easy, painless, right?
Simple enough.
All right, cool. Are you ready for question number 1? No, she's not.
You
Do
are
we care?
definitely prepared for
No,
it.
we're going anyway. All right. Question number 1. What was your siblings' most prized childhood possession? What was your siblings' most prized childhood possession? Well, they're thinking about it. Austin, what was yours?
Well, I think it might have been a dinosaur I had. It was a really cool velociraptor.
Ooh. Now, was this like after Jurassic Park Velociraptor or like
Pre-Jurassic Park.
So
or
it
at
is
least
vintage.
I think. Like, before I watched it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Have you written down your answer yet? Make up something. It's a game. All right. Come on now. We're not
Make
playing
room
for
for
real
other
money.
answers,
Yeah.
too.
All right. What is your your siblings' most prized childhood possession? Cool. Your time for that question is expired. Question number
2.
What was your siblings' favorite book growing up? And just because we're in church doesn't mean you should say Bible. There are other books out there.
The Bible is pretty cool.
It's a pretty dope book.
It
It's pretty
is.
good. Yeah, it's pretty legit. On it, what was their favorite book? He doesn't read.
Then
All
put
right.
that down.
Yeah. Austin, what was your favorite book growing up?
Well,
Curious George Goes Where?
Yes, no.
Oh. All right.
It is a classic.
Classic book. Did many book reports on that one. All right. Question number 3. Trace. What is your siblings' dream job? What do you think they would do if they could do anything? What would be their dream job?
What's your dream job?
My dream job growing up, I wanted to be a marine biologist. Yeah. Animals are cool, especially like marine animals. Who's here big fan of dolphins? Anybody? Like
Dolphins
not the
are
football
amazing.
team, but like I have always wanted to swim with dolphins and I have never done it yet. So I think I can outswim them because I'm pretty amazing.
Dolphins
But-
are like super smart too.
They are. They're like smarter than me. All right. Do we have our answers written down? Excellent. Now let's bring in our siblings. Bring in the siblings.
Come on down, part 2.
Deuce. All right. They have been sequestered outside. They have heard nothing of what's going on. They're going to come in.
Sequestered.
Sequestered is the word of the day.
Which means?
They've been outside not paying attention,
Fair enough.
which isn't much different than most people in here. They've just been in here and not paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost exactly the same thing. All right. Have you chose the correct siblings?
Don't show them the answers.
All right. Don't show the answers. These are top secret. All right. So for siblings, here's how the game works. Your siblings have answered questions about you, and the things that they think they know about you. Now, you are going to give us the true answers, and you're going to see if your siblings actually know anything about you at all. Got it? Got it. All right, cool. So for question number 1, Austin, go get the answer to what was your most prized childhood possession?
Legos.
Legos.
Can't deny that. Legos are
Legos.
amazing.
What was? Wait. We got to find out what was the answer that you were told was your favorite. This is what the real answer is. You thought it was Legos. It's actually
Kayak.
a kayak. She had to check her notes, which is why we write down notes when we're in school, because they're, don't look at these, he's cheating. All right, you were wrong. Now, I just want to know who was right. Was it actually, who's more right? You were right. You know you better than she knows you? Cool. All right.
Cool.
All right, over on this side of the world, this is good.
All right, so I had this monkey, and I named him Jedi Monkey, and it was my prized possession. I've had him for so long. I already know he got it wrong because I can hear him. But yeah, it was a stuffed monkey.
A stuffed monkey named Jedi
Just
Monkey.
Jedi Monkey.
Jedi Monkey. That's
That's the greatest name I've ever heard.
pretty cool. All right. And the correct answer, because you're wrong, was,
Wasn't that monkey a Build-A-Bear?
and we have a winner, Build-A-Bear. He wrote don't show the rest of it. Jeez. Look, I wrote it down right, and the other 2 answers. I wonder who's going to win. All right, question number 2. Favorite book?
What was your favorite book?
I don't have one.
That is not the correct answer.
I don't like books.
Apparently you did.
My favorite book is a movie.
I survived.
I survived. Is that correct?
No, that is not correct.
What was it actually?
Hatchet.
Hatchet.
Maybe he was right. All right,
It's a close one right there.
favorite book?
It's Curious George book.
I need to hear that one more time.
One more time.
Just because I liked hearing it.
Curious George book.
Curious George book.
Yeah.
Which is
So,
very
Jeremy,
similar to the actual answer.
what was it actually?
Well, I don't know. I just wrote Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Who's right?
Curious George
Me.
reads Harry Potter. It was a good book. Good book. All right, question number
3.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Dream job.
I wanted to be a spy. I still do.
He still wants to
He
be
still
a spy.
wants to be a spy. Okay?
Spoiler
Was he
alert.
right?
If he becomes a spy, he won't
What did
be
he
a
wanna
good one
be?
because he told all of you he's going to be a spy.
You wanted to be what?
A fisherman.
A fisherman.
He was going to be a fisherman who
Those
was
are the same
actually,
thing.
actually a spy.
I think a spy and a
Spy
fisherman
and
are
a
the same
fisherman,
thing.
are they the same thing?
That's
I
a
heard
lot
one
of
person
no.
say yes. Right there. Cool. All right. And over here for the win,
I don't know if this counts, but NFL.
NFL. Like, not an NFL player. He just
NFL.
wants to be the NFL.
Be the
Like,
NFL.
he is the whole league. I am
Like,
the
football
NFL.
player. NFL.
A football player.
Very similar, because the correct answer was,
FBI agent.
yeah.
Are NFL
Very
players
similar.
FBI agents, though?
Yeah, same. But here's the good thing. We know that they don't know a whole lot about each other, but we're going to bring the worship team on up here so that we can sing a few songs about a God that we do know a few things about. So for losing, you can both grab your seats. Thank you very much. Good fight. Good night. They're gone. You guys are up because this is how we do it. You can stand up.
You can stand up.
And you can jump. And you can raise your
Come up
hands
here,
in the
people.
air. And you can wave them like you just don't care.
Who's ready to worship Jesus tonight? Oh, come on. You guys got to be more excited than that. Who is ready to worship Jesus tonight? That's like you like it. Okay, cool.
sky with promises of your grace. So I will find my way to you. Now I can see clearly, my God, you're for me. You won't let go. Your love won't let me down. And I know it's true. And I know that your love is all around. I believe in you, holding on to you, holding on, and I know you will never fail. I want all of you, you'll never change. Your love won't let me down. Love won't let me. Holding on, and I know you will never fail. Holding on, and I know you will change. Your love won't let me down. Love won't let me.
You pulled me from darkness and clothed me in garments of praise. Jesus, forever, my song will be you. I'm living in freedom. You've taken my burdens away. Jesus, forever, my song will be you, only for you. For the cross that you bore and the death that you paid, for the victory you won over death and the grave. This is the reason I sing, for the hope that you give, and the joy that you bring, for the promise that heaven is waiting for me. This is the reason I sing. I will not be silent. I'll testify of your grace. Jesus, forever, my song will be you, only for you. For the cross that you bore and the death that you paid, for the victory you won over death and the grave. This is the reason I sing, for the hope that you give and the joy that you bring, for the promise that heaven is waiting for me. This is the reason I sing. You're so good, you're so good, you're so good to me. Forever I'll sing, you're so good to me. You're so good, so good, you're so good to me. Forever I'll sing, you're so good to me. For the cross that you bore and the death that you paid, for the victory you won over death and the grave. This is the reason I sing, the hope that you give,
All right.
And we're back.
And we're back. Woo! All right. Hey, how many of you guys enjoyed having a guest speaker last week? Yeah? Yeah?
She was pretty
Like,
awesome.
That was pretty cool. We thought, hey, we should probably have another guest speaker this week. What do you guys think about that?
I like that idea.
That's a real good idea. It's a real good idea because it's what we're actually doing. So, yeah, your vote didn't really matter. So let's bring up Sarah here. How you doing?
Responsible for my own noise. Okay, I'm super excited to be here.
Very nice.
I'm super excited.
We're kind of super excited that you're here too.
We're pretty excited.
But here's the thing, like we don't know a whole lot about you.
I know, right?
So I have 3 very important questions, and these are hands down the 3 most important questions you can ask somebody when you first really meet them. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
First question for you. If you had to eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would that food be?
Hands down, cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
It's got protein, it's got carbs, it's got sugar, it's got all the right things. That's all I would ever need.
Just cheesecake.
Yeah. Cheesecake.
Now, important question. Is this cheesecake with or without fruit?
Without. Why ruin it?
I
Straight
am
up.
sold Sarah's good people because
Yeah.
fruit does not belong on a cheesecake.
No.
Don't make it healthier.
No.
Don't pretend that it's a healthy dish.
I just need the straight up cheesecake.
Straight up cheesecake,
Yep, yep.
little bit of that like cream cheese on the top of it stuff. And
Yes,
money.
Costco.
All right,
Costco all the way. Okay.
cool. Second and almost as important question,
Okay.
almost as important, is if you were going to sing a karaoke song, what is your first go-to karaoke jam?
Wrecking Ball, obviously.
Boom!
Oh, yeah.
She didn't even think about it.
Like,
Like she just knew right there.
I think that anybody knows me knows that would be my.
That is,
Yeah, that's my theme song. Yeah.
I am hoping at some point tonight we get to hear at least one bar of Wrecking Ball. Could happen. All right, third and maybe not quite as important question, but best vacation you've ever had in your life.
Well, I'm a big vacationer. I do like to vacation, but I would say the best one is the day that I talked a friend into getting on a plane really early in the morning. We flew down to Disneyland. We spent the day there, and we flew back same day.
That is amazing.
Disneyland in one day.
Just a straight up flew down, hop on,
Mickey Mouse pancakes for breakfast, did all the rides, came back.
legit. That
Yeah.
is, I love Disney. I grew up
Me
in
too.
Southern California, so yeah,
Disney.
I feel you.
Happiest place on earth. Yeah.
All right, so now that we know a little bit about you, now we're going to do something even more important is we are going to test your intelligence to see if you are qualified to speak tonight. And we are going to compare you to the audience to see whom is smarter, you
You guys are. No.
or them.
No. They're these guys.
So
Okay.
Who thinks they'll win?
These guys are going to win for sure.
give it up for them.
Yes. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
all right. So Austin, you're going to be in charge of getting the answers from the question, from the question, or
From the people.
or the audience for it.
Okay.
Now these are very important questions. These are very like knowledge based. You got to know. So are you ready for your first question? It is, what is older, the Sphinx, the pyramids of Giza, or the Great Wall of China? Which one of those is older?
Who thinks it's a Sphinx? Give me a cheer if you think it's a Sphinx. Give a cheer if you think it's the pyramids of Giza. How about the Great Wall of China?
All right.
I got pyramids on that one.
All right, so you're going pyramid. The audience says pyramid. Sarah, what do you say the answer is?
Your mom.
I think we need a drummer out here to
And that is correct. That is correct. I was going to say Jeff, but you win. All right.
What is it?
All right.
I want to know what it is.
Oh,
though.
the correct answer is actually the Sphinx.
Oh.
Oh.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
There was one person in the crowd who thought,
One person.
One person who's like,
It wasn't
it's the
me.
Sphinx. I'm all alone. Nope, that's not
No.
it. All right.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Which superhero was created first?
Batman?
Batman, the Crimson Avenger, or Superman?
Who thinks Batman? One person.
One person.
Crimson Avenger. And Superman? I got mostly Superman there.
You went Superman? All right. Sarah, what do you think it was?
I'm gonna go with Superman.
You said Superman. The correct answer is Superman. Also, I was going to go with Jeff. I was going to go with Jeff as the original superhero.
He was created.
The
First.
original.
He was created a while ago.
Wow, you guys are rough on Jeff.
Maybe a little. All right.
Okay.
Now we're going to get into a few more important things.
Okay.
All right. So this one here is whom, because I like saying the word whom. Who wrote the Iliad? Was that Homer, Plato, or Aristotle?
Who thinks it's Homer?
Don't. That's a different Homer. It's a different Homer. My bad.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah, that was good. Okay.
Who thinks it's Plato?
Who likes
One
to play with
person.
Play-Doh? Yeah. Woo.
What about Aristotle?
I like to eat Play-Doh. I really hope I get this right.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Aristotle.
Aristotle
I got
is
a
what
large
you all
majority on
think.
that one.
And you said it was Homer, mostly based on the fact that they say it's Homer's Iliad. But if you put your name in the title of it, you probably wrote it.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Homer.
Yes.
You'll learn that one in high school.
If
All right.
if we're keeping score, I have 2 points.
You have 2. They have
I have
2 to 1.
I
2 to
don't know.
1.
Okay.
2 to 1. All right.
Okay.
This is a good one. I know you'll know this one.
Oh.
This is easy. This is the easiest question we have.
Easiest one.
Which one of Kepler's laws of planetary motion, which one of these is not one of them? Is it the laws of orbit? Is it the laws of area? Or the law of the Platonic?
Obviously,
this is
Can
easy.
I-
This is the
can I phone a
easiest
friend?
one.
This is an easy one.
I need to phone a friend.
Who
Simple.
think it's the law of orbits?
Woo!
5 people.
5 people, all right.
Law of area.
I can't even.
That's
Okay.
And the law of that.
Potomacs. Obviously, when you have a P and a T next to each other, it's pronounced as just a P.
Law of
Obviously.
area?
Like pterodactyl, right? All right.
I thought it was a tie between area and yeah.
I can't
All
even
right.
say that.
All right, so Sarah, what's the correct answer?
I'm going to confess that I cheated.
Oh, okay.
There's a smart guy in the back.
Smart guy in the back.
Who's a scientist. He says it's this one.
Oh, obviously. So if
Definitely
we're gonna
that
cheat,
one, right?
we know it's right. 'Cause
I
you would
don't
never,
know.
You would never cheat
I don't
and be
know, but
wrong. That would be foolish. Ha! The correct answer is
Not that.
It was a 33% guess.
So
you
now-
cheated and you were wrong.
Now you're knowing how my high school career
Yeah,
went.
this is good.
I think
I
you
cheated
all
off
knew
cute
that
boys
one, right?
and did not do that
Very
great.
nice.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of your high school career,
Yeah.
this next question directly relates to it.
Oh, okay.
It does. Where did Sarah not go to school?
Where does she
Which
not
one
go
of
to
these
school?
schools did she not go to? And we're talking like consistently didn't go to, not like I skipped a day, because we all did that. All right. Austin, the audience knows best, obviously.
Anacortes. 5 people.
All right.
Okay. Multnomah.
Multnomah. Give it up for Multnomah.
And Northwest Christian University.
All right.
They all agree on that third one.
They all agree on the third one. Sarah, what is the correct answer as to
I
where
did-
you did not go to school?
I did not go to Northwest.
All
I did
right.
not go there.
So you all did well, but the winner by a landslide is your mom. No, it's Sarah. It's Sarah is the
Your
winner.
mom.
I'm going to pray for Sarah, and then you guys are going to listen to a great message. Let's pray. God, thank you so much for this chance we have to hang out tonight. Lord, I just pray that you would be with Sarah in these next moments. You give her the right words to speak. God, I pray that you would help calm our hearts to be able to hear the things that she has prepared for us today. Thank you so much for what you're going to do in these next few minutes. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, My job tonight is I'm going to talk with you about family. How many of you guys have a weird family? How many of you guys have a weird family? I'm talking like weird. Family is this amazing combination of both familiar and frustrating. It is weird, but also comfortable. It's embarrassing, and it's normal. In the ideal world, family is where we turn when things go wrong. But for a lot of us, family is what we turn from because our family is all wrong. So what you guys may not know about me is that I am a marriage and family therapist, which means for a living, I work with families that have gone sideways, that have not gone well. But the other piece of me is that I'm a mom to 7 kids, and we are a blended family. How many of you guys are blended family? Like you have steps and you have halves, right? None of you. All right. I'm telling you that is the weirdest, wildest, craziest kind of family that you can have. Here's my story. I had 3 boys that I sort of raised a little bit like Mowgli from Jungle Book. Like rarely wore clothes, did not have rules, ate weird things. And I met a guy who was from the military who had high-end athlete kids that walked around very obediently. And we meshed our families together, military man and crazy lady. We meshed our families together. And I have a lot of war stories. When all 9 of us were at home, it was crazy. Our kids fought. The parents fought. Our kids fought parents. Parents fought kids. There was a lot of fighting when we pulled everybody together. There was a lot of fighting over the bathroom because all 7 kids had to share one bathroom. The horror was terrible. To go to the bathroom, you had to schedule it. I'm going to tell you some horror stories about my family. I'm going to tell you about how bad of a mom I was. So my kids are all numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One day, number 4 was supposed to do homework when he was in junior high, and he decided he didn't want to do homework, and he was sent to his room to do homework, and rather than do homework, he went out and he sat on the roof, and I found out that he had climbed out on the roof rather than do his homework, so I locked the window, put everybody in the car, and we drove off and we got ice cream and left him on the roof. I don't know. And I told you that one of my favorite places on earth is Disneyland because Disneyland is the happiest place on earth, except when you take a bunch of kids with you. My number 4, I took to Disneyland along with all the other kids. We went to Disneyland, but number 4 threw a fit at Disneyland and at the happiest place on earth demanded to be sent home immediately because Disneyland was a horrible place to be. I know, right? And then on another trip to Disneyland, because I really like Disneyland, my number 2 said, I hate my family so much I don't want a trip to Disneyland. I'm going to stay home by myself. I know. So even my family is super weird. But I want to tell you, you guys, there are times when as a mom I've blown it with my kids. I've lectured when I should have listened. I've disengaged and been on my phone or on my computer or have worked when I should have been engaged and I should have been paying attention to my kids. I've looked for negative in my kids when I should have just loved them and hugged them. Because the truth is every family is messed up to varying degrees. Some families are really, really messed up, but every family is messed up. No family is perfect. Anyone who lives in tight spaces doing the things that people do as a family, I mean, you guys do weird stuff when you get home. I know. Stuff that you would never do with your friends. My kids invented this thing called the fartnado. They fart up a room. Like, people do weird things in their family that they would never do with their friends. But here's one thing I do know. Families fight. Some families fight really, really loud. Some families fight really, really quietly, like they don't talk at all. Some families fight really, really, really mean, but families fight. How does your family fight? I want to talk to you guys about the book of Ephesians. The book of Ephesians is this book about relationships. It's this book about how we should treat people. And the big thing about the book of Ephesians that I love, if you have not read it, this is the before and after. The author Paul gives a before and an after. Before God, we were one way, but after, we're another. Before God, we lived this way, and then after. It's with God and without God. It's the with God and without God. And so here's what I'm going to read tonight. This is the passage that I was given. Ephesians 4. It says, get rid of all bitterness and rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. That's a weird word, malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving one another, just as Christ, God, forgave you. Follow God's example as dearly loved children and walk with God. Without God, families can look a certain way. And with God, families can look a different way. Without God, we are bitter and angry. We fight. Malice is this thing of like reputation ruining. It's gossiping. It's telling stories to make other people look bad. With God, we're supposed to be kind and compassionate, forgiving, loving, and sacrificing. Without, fighty. With God, we're supposed to be forgiving. Can you imagine what your family would look like if everyone in your family was kind and compassionate? What if your siblings were forgiving and loving and sacrificing? Family is where we can really see the with and the without. I need a volunteer, somebody who pictures themselves as like super good at catching stuff. Like they're really good at catching. Maybe like long arms, really. You got me? You got me. All right, come on up. Come on up. You come on up. Come on up here. I need you to go stand over there. Family has this. No. Family has this way of like being awesome, but also being horrible. And sometimes our families say hard things like, you suck. Can you catch that? You're not very good at this. You should have done chores more. Nope, catch them all. Catch them all. Maybe pull out your shirt. Maybe so you can just catch them all. You should study more. You could have done better. You stole my charger. You stole my books. You should have fed the dog.
I don't have a dog.
What are some other things that your family yells at you? What? What? Do the dishes. You ate all the Oreos. Come on. Sweep the kitchen. Turn off the TV. You got too much screen time. What's wrong with you? Put away your laundry. Turn off the screens. You forgot to pick me up.
I don't even drive.
All right. Here's the thing. Our families lodge complaints and hurt our feelings and steal our stuff and accuse us of stuff that we didn't do and blame us for stuff that we did do. And we have a choice when we're living in our family to hang on to all of these hurts. Come into the light. Come into the light. There we go.
There we go.
When we hold on to all of the hurts, we hold on to all of the insults, we start being bitter toward our siblings because they're jerk faces. We start being angry with our parents because all they do is yell at us and nag us. We start being angry with the dog because they keep eating our stuff. But here's the thing. Then when something good happens in our family, we can't catch it. Like my daughter who decided not to go to Disneyland because her life was so full of hurt, she couldn't imagine being with her family. But when we forgive, let go.
I got you.
We are free.
Give me the grades. Give me the girls. I got you.
We are free to catch the good stuff. Thank you. When we live in our families and we stay so focused on the hurt that our family dishes out, we can't see the good stuff that God is doing. God forgives us for all of the junk that we do, all of the times that we ignore what God has asked us to do, all of the times that we get distracted in our own life and we say, yeah, God, later, all of the time that we live life like God doesn't even exist, all of those times that God could hold that and say, and hold it against you, God forgives it every time so that when we need Him, He is there to catch us. And God says He forgives us and He asks us to do the same. So when we go back to the book of Ephesians, when we look at the book of Ephesians, it says, without God, we are mean and we are angry and we are unforgiving. But with God, we are kind, we are compassionate, and we forgive. So as we are in this series of family, the question is how do we forgive our family? How do we forgive our family? The hurts, the disappointments, the frustrations. Maybe you know that you've done something wrong in your family. And you know that you need to ask forgiveness in your family. So I'm going to teach you how to say you're sorry. I'm going to teach you how to say you're sorry. It goes like, it's 3 things. I am sorry. I was wrong. Will you forgive me? When you apologize to somebody, it's, I am sorry. I was wrong. Will you forgive me? Say those 3 things with me. I am sorry. I was wrong. Will you forgive me? That was terrible participation. Try again. Ready? I am sorry. I was wrong. Will you forgive me? That if we are going to live life the way that God asks us to live, we are going to be apologizers. So here's the application. Who do you need to forgive in your family? Who are you holding stuff against? Maybe it's a sibling, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's an aunt, maybe it's an uncle, maybe it's a grandma, grandpa. And then the second question I have for you is, who do you need to ask forgiveness from? I'm going to have the worship team come back up here. I am going to have you do something else. So tonight, here is what I want you to do. If you know that you need to ask forgiveness from somebody or you need to forgive somebody, I want you to come and get a ball. And I want you to pray. In a minute, I'll help you. In a minute, when the worship team plays, that when you get a ball, it means that there is some forgiveness that needs to happen, that you need to forgive somebody. And I want you to have a conversation, and that ball is going to be your reminder that it's time to leave the ball with Jesus, and it's time to move on. If you need to ask for forgiveness from somebody, I'm encouraging you, maybe you need to ask forgiveness from somebody in this room. Maybe you need to have a conversation. There's going to be leaders in here that want to pray with you. that if you pick up a ball because you know that there is somebody you need to forgive or you need to ask forgiveness from somebody, that means that you are going to have a conversation with God tonight about it. Does that make sense? Okay, so the worship team is going to play. I'm going to pray, and then you can come get a ball from me if you want. God, we know that families are weird, but we also know that you gave us family. So God, I ask that you would give us the boldness to forgive others around us and to be forgiving. We love you, Lord. Amen. Yes.
I could run 1,000 miles to win the race of life, but what's the value without you? I could write 1,000 songs to captivate your heart, but more than offerings. Lord, you seek the depths of me, and you see me. You see my heart through the eyes of your mercy, in the light of your Son. You love me with open arms, in the pride of a father. I was once a prodigal, wounded by my shame, till you came running to remind me that your love is unconditional, and in your eyes I'm worthy of forgiveness. Oh, what was lost is now redeemed. When you see me, you see my heart through the eyes of your mercy, in the light of your Son. You love me with open arms, in the pride of a father.
You know, guys, Sarah gave a great message tonight about reconciliation. And I just want to encourage you that if you need that reconciliation between you and your Father, God, the Lord says that if you believe in Him, that He is your Father and that you are His child. And He sees you with eyes of love. He sees you in the light of the sacrifice that He gave for you. So if that's you tonight, just come to God knowing that you need Him. Come to God knowing He accepts you with open arms, that He loves you just as you are, that He just wants you to come to Him tonight, that He has given you access to Him through the blood of Jesus. And so I want you to just think about that as we sing this tonight.
Who am I that you love me? Who am I that you save my soul? Who am I without you, Lord? And who am I to be worthy? And who am I that you're mindful of me? Who am I that you call me yours? Who am I that you love me? And who am I that you save my soul? Who am I without you, Lord? And who am I to be worthy? And who am I
guys can take a seat.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Didn't Sarah do a great job? She did a great job. She did a great job. I hope you don't miss that message, though, right? That because God has forgiven us, when we mess up, we ask for forgiveness, whether it's from God, whether it's from our parents, our siblings, our friends, our church family, whoever it is. Christ calls us ministers of reconciliation, that we go and restore those relationships, just as Christ came to us to restore his relationship with us. But as we close our night, I have a couple of announcements, okay? A couple really, 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 really important announcements, okay? Here's the first one. Do you guys know what next Wednesday is? What is it? It's not Halloween. Halloween's on a Sunday. You should come to the trunk or treat, right? Costume party is next Wednesday night. Whoa, bro. Excited. All right. Next Wednesday night, doors open at 6 o'clock. Party starts at 6:30, okay? There is prizes for the best costume, both high school and middle school. There's raffle prizes where you can win Amazon gift cards, AirPods, all kinds of fun things. There will be food, like chicken sandwiches, like tacos, like pizza, okay? Last week I told you that it costs something to walk in the door next week. Do you guys remember? $2. You were listening, okay? Then I got with my team last Thursday, and I said, no, it shouldn't cost $2. It should be free. Because here's why we made it free, okay? Because I want to remove any obstacle that you have to invite your friends. This event is not just for you, but you all have at least one friend. Even the strangest one in this audience has at least one friend. And I want you to bring him next week, okay? So wear a costume. It doesn't have to be elaborate, okay? Sometimes the best costumes are the simplest costumes, okay? It doesn't have to be elaborate, but have fun with it, okay? When you start to be a teenager, people start to be like, oh, you can't do Halloween. That's not fun. No trick-or-treating. Well, I want to give you a chance to dress up. I want to give you a chance to get a lot of candy and free stuff. And I want to watch some of you fall off a mechanical bull next week. So you should be here. Your friends should be here. It will be a blast, okay? So next Wednesday night, costume party, 6 o'clock, the doors open, 6:30, we fun. We got some surprises along the way. But I got another announcement. Many of you know, if you've been here a while, you know that we typically have a high school pastor and a middle school pastor. But for the last 9 months, we have not had a middle school pastor, okay? And we have been in the search for our next middle school pastor, okay? So, we have a video in that regard.
Hey Valley Real Life students, it's me, Emma Straley, and I am so excited to be your middle school minister. What? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm excited to goof off and have some fun and to talk about Jesus. It's gonna be amazing. I will see you in a few short weeks. Ooh.
So, in the announcement you heard, Emma, who, if you remember, taught last week, was our guest speaker last week, Emma has accepted the position to be our new middle school pastor. And she will be here in the second Wednesday of November, so just a few short weeks from now. And so my excitement for you, like our team is super excited. We cannot wait to get her here. I can't wait to see how she gets to build relationships with you guys, not just the middle schoolers, but all of our students. It's going to be a blast, and you are going to really love her, as I know you did last week when she taught. And so if you have more questions about that, come talk with me. But in just a few short weeks, our whole team will be complete again, and we are super, super excited about that. So now with that, I want you to head to your conversation groups. Have a good night.